Are you ready to learn a new marine skill and be able to make yourself a little extra cash? Welcome to Secondhand Sailors. I'm Turner. Today I'm going to teach you how to splice eyes in the end of Dyneema and make a little money doing it. Most of today's sailing community is upgrading all their lifelines and lazy jacks to Dyneema for strength and longevity. And at the end of every one of these lines, you're going to need an eye spliced in it. And that's where the opportunity to make money comes in. Now, in a previous video, I've shown you how to splice an eye in the end of triple strand line. But today, we're going to be working with Dyneema, and this Dyneema line is single braid, which means, unlike this double braid line, it doesn't have an inner core. And it's going to take a little different technique to splice an eye in the end of this Dyneema. Now, if you guys are interested in watching me braid an eye in the end of this double braid line, you comment below and let me know. And if there's enough people wanting to see it, I don't mind making a video and showing you. To be able to splice a single braid Dyneema, you're going to need a few items. You're going to need a fid kit. You can order these on Amazon or get them at West Marine. You're going to need a sharp knife. You need a Sharpie marker of some sort so you can put some marks on there, and maybe some tape. Now that you have your supplies set out, let's get started. All right, you're going to have two ends of your line that you're working with. You're going to have your long running end, and then you're going to have your end where you want your eye. We're going to call this the working end. Okay, we're going to prep our working end by coming back at least a hand's width. We're going to go to make us a dot. We'll call that, the first dot would be point A. You're going to bend this around as big as you want your eye, and right next to that dot we'll make our B dot. Okay, now you can come back, you're going to take your fid and you're going to go through your point A here, your first little point, go all the way through. Then you take your long end and pull it through with the fid. At this point. For the second step, at dot B, we're going to put our fid through. And then we're going to take our short end, tuck it into the back of the fid, and push it through our long running end. Then you pull it on down through. You can tug the line, get it a little bit tight like this. Now for the next step, we're going to have to hide this tail. This tail is going to hide inside this line, the long end. So we're going to open it up. We're going to kind of loosen it up. That'll allow the fid to slide down the inside. We're going to insert the fid. I might not need that. Okay. Okay. Now you're going to let the fid push itself on through. And then you pull your line on out this end. Once you have it all the way down, then what we're going to do is we're going to cut this line and we're going to pull some strands out here on the side. So let me grab a knife. You can get me that fillet knife. And cut this tail off. Now I cut it at an angle, and then I'm going to pull a few strands loose out of one side. What you're creating is a slight taper on the end of this line. You can pull some strands out the side, and you want to create a long beveled tail there, because when you pull this back down over everything, you want it to feather on down. You don't want it to be a knot there. Now, this stuff being as tough as it is, this 7,000 pounds tensile strength on this 1/4 inch is tough to cut. Once you have it cut like this, just milk your line on back down past it. Let your tail pull on in. Like that. And I'm going to cut this off. And you have your eye. And that's all it is. Now when you put this under load, it's going to cinch down even tighter and hold better. And now that I've shown you how to splice an eye in this Dyneema, we're going to discuss how to make some money with it. Now there's 2 ways I see that you can make money off of this. One way would be to sell your labor. The other way is going to be selling the product. Now, if you're selling your labor, what you want to do, since it didn't take very long to do this splice, is charge per splice. Say you charge $10 per splice. And an hour's time, you can do a lot of these and have $100. If you wanted to charge per an item that you're making or a product, then what you would do is you would focus in and on possibly lifelines that a lot of people are going to now, or you could go with lazy jacks, and then you put their system together for the lazy jacks or the lifelines. Say lazy jacks, for instance, people make $400 to $800 for lazy jacks for a pack that would go on their boat. You could get on there and build it for them and make $800, and then have some nice ends on the lines where all your pieces come together. Bam, you just made some money. Now if you need a video to see how to put together those lifelines and lazy jacks, just look at one of these videos I'm having Renee put in here, or you can look at the link below that she's putting in. If this video has been helpful in any way, just leave a comment and a like down below. Remember, till next time, hey, Mom and them Turner said hey.